what's really important for your audience and hope I can help share through my experience is that, and you know this, Ryan, I didn't particularly love the way that you do the marketing, that is sending messages out to people, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want. I don't like getting those type of messages, and I'm eating my words big time.
Hey everyone, I've got Katrina here McDermott with me today, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what she does, her work working with us at b2bleads.com, and just a bit around some of the results she's got working together. Welcome, Kat.
Hi, Ryan. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks so much for taking the time. I know you're a busy business owner as well, so once again, very much appreciated.
You're very welcome.
No worries. So Kat's a leading ITIL trainer and author, but I just wanted you to, if you could, tell me a little bit more about what you do, who you serve. That would be great.
I will do. So very briefly about me, like all of us, or most of us, COVID impacted us. I did work in the aviation industry and had the dream job, and COVID, the industry pretty much fell on its knees. So I had to rethink about what I wanted to do. And that was really focus on training and consulting. As you said, I specialize in a framework called ITIL. If you don't work in IT, you've probably never heard of it. If you do, you probably will have heard of it. It's a framework that's used by most IT organizations to help run their IT departments. And we do training and consulting in there. It's a very competitive field. And so when I went out initially on my own, it was tough. And this whole world of social media and advertising and branding and product development and all of these words, Ryan, that was so new to me, was extremely daunting. And I've made, we discussed earlier, a lot of mistakes. And I said, I think you said you did, as in spending a lot of money and investment in the wrong areas. Then I found you.
I was going to say, yeah, well, how did you end up finding me? I can't actually remember.
Well, and credit to yourself through your work you do on LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's right. Not everyone comes from LinkedIn, but I think most people seem to. It makes sense. But yeah, I think I reached out to you, and we were in conversation for a little while. And I think at the start of the year, you decided to make the decision, and here we are. So yeah, I mean, you told me a little bit about your situation. You are very much underselling it, like you're a leading ITIL author and globally recognized. And anyone who's listening to this should check out your profile, because
thank you.
It really speaks to your service, and also really helps me in what I do as well. So what we were talking about earlier as well is you can't just market your way into having a good business. You need to have a good solid product, a good service, and be really determined as well. Like you said, you've tried a lot of different things, made a lot of mistakes. Sometimes I feel like you just can't avoid those mistakes. You kind of need to go through them to learn it.
That's right. Yeah.
Really appreciate sharing that, because it's not always easy to say.
And then I think what's really important for your audience and hope I can help share through my experience is that, and you know this, Ryan, I didn't particularly love the way that you do the marketing, that is sending messages out to people, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want. I don't like getting those type of messages, and I'm eating my words big time.
I remember there was a lot of back and forth on that. And when we first started, like 1 or 2 weeks in, you're like, right, it's not working. Like, it's all right. Just give it time.
I'm like, no, I'm not. I haven't had one response. I'm not happy. As I said, it's not working. And as I said, I'm eating my words, because I think a relatively small investment of what your company charges is my return on investment is, I don't know, 100-fold, shall we say. We've got some extremely large deals with extremely large and iconic organizations through what you do, Ryan. And as I said, I wanted to shout that out and encourage people in my position to utilize what you do, because it certainly, I can be a testament to that. It is worth it.
Thank you so much for saying so. Yeah, like a lot of people say, oh, I'm guessing this doesn't work when you reach out to, in your instance, CIOs of billion-dollar companies. I mean, we're all people. If you have the right message and you're going after the right person and you have something of value to them, yeah, then it works exactly the same as it would for someone, a small business or a professional or an employee. Yeah. So,
and that's right. And I think that's been one of the biggest surprises through our campaigns is that CIOs of iconic organizations are responding to me.
yeah.
And I said, like, I just thought, as if they would, they know this is, rah, rah, rah. And as you said, it's quite humbling for me that they're taking the time. They're busy people. And as you said, I think that, importantly, Ryan, as you said, we discussed, you have to have a product that is appealable. And then complemented by your services. It's equals success. It's as simple.
We just help people scale up a message, and if the message is there, then it works. I often say, like, people say, "Oh, it doesn't work on LinkedIn," or "I don't like getting these messages." First of all, most people do a terrible job with the messages, so it's easy to stand out from the crowd. But ultimately, people don't care how they get their mail so long as it's relevant and useful and helpful to them.
Exactly.
Basically.
But your model makes it, one, affordable, and two, there's not a lot of admin overhead, whereas other campaigns and other ways of trying to build and promote my business, I have found it pretty much untenable for me to do.
Just constantly creating content and
exactly, and the cost, it's very expensive, very, very expensive, and I'm just getting amazing results through your services.
Awesome.
As I said, I wanted to call that out to you, testament to you, and also help other people in my position.
Awesome. Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question, is how does it compare to other strategies? But you've pretty much answered that. And I think you've answered my next and final question, is what would you tell someone who's thinking about potentially working with us?
Well, I recommend you all the time, Ryan. And as I said, I just say that, for the amount of money and time and investment, it is absolutely worth it. And as I said, I'm proof of that, and happy to share further with anybody that wants to discuss with me.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much again, Kat. It's once again, like, I know you're a busy business owner, and I'm probably getting straight back into it after this. So I really appreciate your time and the kind words. Thank you.
My absolute pleasure. And thank you for helping me grow my business, Ryan. Thank you.
No worries. Happy to.